JJJinks!
Truck stop!
JJJinks here.
With Tiger.
Never mind, we'll do that again. Do another intro.
No, that's fine.
Tiger here.
She's got a watermelon.
Yes, I do.
Probably about 2 years ago, I made a video with these like survival multi-tool credit card sized things. Victorinox makes one. I got a knockoff Victorinox one. Most of them I assessed were largely useless. But I feel like I didn't give them a fair shot. Like, I never actually brought them out here, fucked with them, used them. So this is going to be a challenge video. I spotted from Amazon for like $15 or $16. I got a whole 6-pack of different types.
Is that fishing wire?
And it comes with a whole mess of fishing line. And then
Oh, to put the fishing line in.
like a little spool. It comes in the little like fiber pouch. Now these are the kind where you actually have tools in the card that you gotta punch out. And I figure, well, these are survival cards.
Oh, that's I don't remember the name.
Alright, this video's in.
Oh, sheep's foot.
Yes.
Thank you.
That one's got a little knife in it with a...
Well, also there's a little saw.
Oh yeah, I mean, these have tons of stuff in them. This one has a fork.
Has a little arrowhead in it.
Oh, these have tons of things. They've got... Pretty much all of them have, like, fish hooks. Tons of fish hooks. Spinners. Like, half of them have punch-out knives. Saw blades. Sewing needles. Awls. These are, like, little barbed hook things.
The only thing I have to say in my review so far is that once these things are popped out, you can't pop them back in.
Right. This is like you're I don't know, in the tundra. There's bears. You pull out your card and
So you have to choose very wisely what survival tool you want with, because it's basically one and done.
yeah, this is not meant for reuse. So here's the challenge.
Okay.
In most of these cards, between all 6 of them, we've got plenty of knives.
Yes.
And we have a lot of arrowhead type pieces and what look like spears or something. So the challenge is we're going to punch out some knives. We got a big pile of sticks behind us. We're going to use the fishing line and the knives and the arrowheads to fashion ourselves spears. And we are going to test our spears against this watermelon.
Okay. That's very interesting and not what I was expecting.
I know. Okay, disclaimer. I don't know shit about survivalist stuff, so like, if these things do a shitty job, it might be because they're shit.
It also might be because we're shit.
More than likely. These are not built for ergonomics.
No.
So I figure at some point we might just give up on using the knives because they might be dangerous, which would be good to find out. But if it's like, you know what, I'm going to like cut myself or something, let's stop using these. And as a backup, I got a JanSport survival knife. These are the same ones that they made in the 80s that like every kid had. Well, they reissued them. Sorry, not JanSport, StanSport. Well, they reissued these a couple of years ago, and they went up for sale for like 20 or 25 bucks. So I bought a couple of them because, like, I remember playing with these when I was a kid. My friends owned them. It's got that ball compass on the bottom. There's a little kit inside. So the first test is getting this shit out of the cards. Now, I have done this before with another card, and I remember it being a bit challenging. You got to, like, find the wiggly point.
I found the wiggly point.
And then just wiggle it until it pops off.
Well, my problem is I have a bunch of little fish hooks in my area.
That's part of the challenge. So I've got a drop point blade here.
I'm gonna use my sheep's head.
Nice. Sheep's head.
Sheep's head.
I like that. A sheep's head.
That's dang it. Sheep's foot.
No, it's a sheep's head.
I know.
I'm gonna use my goat dick. Yeah, this is pretty precarious. I have like a jagged sewing needle millimeters from my thumb as I wiggle this. Now, like, I could take that out first, but I don't want to. I want to do it the hard way.
That's why I grabbed the sheep's foot, because I have these teeny tiny fish hooks.
So now my knife has like a little metal barb on the end from where it popped off. Now this one's got the fork in it. I'm going to try to actually make that fork into like the head of a spear.
Okay. So even though this is very thin, the fish hooks are sharp. What is this? Is that a fishing lure?
I guess. There's my trident. Oh, you got like a barb on it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's part of the card. Now this one's really interesting because it has a knife. It looks like one of the Doug Raider survival knives. And in the knife is a whole bunch of other shit. Hopefully you don't need these in a pinch. Hopefully you have a lot of time to sit here and like knock this all out.
Well, it's definitely not kilobar.
Well, that's my next challenge.
Oh.
Bring out the bear. That might be the company. PSKED would have been better if it had like SOS or something. Now, you are allowed to use any of the other tools as you need.
So, with the tiny saw, I was able to make some X's for us for aiming.
Okay.
It was
accuracy.
for accuracy.
And points for accuracy.
Points for accuracy. And I would say it's okay with a watermelon rind, but it wouldn't be my first choice to use it.
You could try.
Well, I need the twine also.
It's right here.
Okay, how do I cut it? Oh. Whoops.
These knives are as thin as the actual cardstock. This one is actually sharpened. It's singly ground. Oh, and look at this. You got a little wire cutter right in there.
Oh.
So I don't even know if these are sharp at all. Spots. There is a word for what we're doing right now.
Which is?
Bushcrafting.
Okay.
All right. Can I do this? Oh my God. No. I can't even feather. It's not sharp. It's just not sharp. Ah! The JanSport survival knife comes with a sharpening stone in the sheath. This is really hard to hold because it's so thin, and I have to do this.
Ow!
What?
Dug into my...
You have something to say about the ergonomics?
Yes. It's shitty.
So this is a chore. I mean, if you didn't have this knife would be useless. Oh, maybe.
So why I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to use this side.
Ow. Go ahead.
To attach my spear to, but I want to have a clean bottom to hold on to because this is all spiky.
I prefer having a clean bottom myself. It's a little better. Holy crap, this is uncomfortable. I got this barb stabbing into my finger, and it's so tiny that my hand is I feel cramping in my hand, even though I'm
So I'm using the sharpening stone to
Oh, that's a cool idea.
clean the bottom
Yeah.
up. So actually what I'm doing is I'm using the spear to poke a tiny bit of a hole into the top. And what I'm going to do is very carefully poke it in there. And so what I'm going to do, try to get the fishing wire in and wrap it around.
So my strategy, which is probably going to fail, is I'm actually going to use the saw to cut down like laterally a short ways, and then use that to shove my arrowhead on and then lash it around.
All right. Well, I might steal some of your idea.
It's going to take a while.
This was your idea.
Ow, ow,
Do you need an adult? Well, if you use the saws that are still on the card, ow. But you have to be very careful where you put your fingers, because there's still like spears and shit on it. It's somewhat easier to use.
Ow.
Why are we making the spear exactly?
I'm going to make one to throw and then one to just jab.
Okay, when you are ready to throw, let me just get way away from you. Past few times that we've had issues before with when things have gone in the air.
I wonder if there are any stories of anybody actually relying on something like this and successfully, like, if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have survived this event, you know?
I would be very wary of... I would have to check the sources to see if they were paid off.
Look at that. It'll work, I think. Now I gotta lash it.
Mine is very, very dangerous.
Got it! I might as well just break it. I have no idea what I'm doing. How about you?
No clue. I think we just need to find some friends that are indigenous peoples.
Oh, they would tell you, throw all that shit away.
We're using it on a watermelon. So, we're not using it, nor will we ever use it, on live prey.
That's what you think. But if you did, I have completed my spear.
Congratulations.
Now I'm going to try to make a survival trident.
Okay. The most dangerous one is when somebody was eating diapers.
Oh, God. Like,
Yeah.
new ones, right?
Mostly, yes.
Fucking hell.
My design is not gonna work at all.
I have full confidence in my design, but I can assure you that at the very least, something will happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay.
I finished making my survival card spear and my survival card trident, which I'm very excited about. What did you make? And tell us about it.
Okay. So I made a spear, I guess. I don't have any confidence in it. And then,
So what was your strategy in making it?
so it was, so there's these two holes that are in it, and I tied the fishing line inside of it. And originally I was going to try to have it loop around the stick, but it wasn't holding very well. So what I did was I had the fishing line knotted on itself a few times, and then I attached the fishing line to the stick. How did you do yours? Because you didn't explain how you did yours.
For the spear, my approach was to use a saw to cut a slot at the top, and then just kind of sandwich the arrowhead into the slot and then lash it into place with some tightly tied fishing line. The trident was a little more challenging. At first I tried to use the holes to kind of just lash it kind of lengthwise, longitudinally across the stick, which I split half down to give it a flat face. It's pretty loose, so then I just said, screw it, I'm going to lash the middle prong to it, and then I gave up. At that point, I'm like, this is my trident. Love it or hate it. It's mine. I made it myself. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm still happy.
Okay, here's my spear.
Watermelon is galloping away from you at high speed, and your arrowhead just kind of moved.
Yeah.
We might have had better luck just making the sticks sharp.
We probably did.
Although, you'd have to sharpen the... Yeah, this is...
No.
Not working.
No. But I wanted to show something real fast. This is just the spear by itself. It does have a pointy thing that's barbed.
Like a... Yeah. I mean, it can go in, sure.
It can go in.
Now, for my spear. Well, at least it stayed together. Oh.
Well, mine stayed together, but it flopped.
So, I'd say it's a draw. We are both equally capable of surviving. Final words, final assessment.
This is not worth anything. Don't do it.
I suck at survival shit and bushcrafting. Like, I don't know if I suck at it. I just don't have any practice. I don't do it, for fun or anything. But I can tell that these are terrible. It's a fun, novelty gift, even for someone who's into survival. They'll be like, wow, this is terrible, thank you. I don't know. It would look kind of cool, almost like a shadow box on the wall, because it's like shiny metal stuff, but I would hate to be in a situation where this is all I got.
I mean, I could see somebody that's a fisherman using some of the lures.
Yeah, if I knew how to fish, I know how to fish. If I had an easy and quick way to fish, I would love to try that out, but maybe that's an idea for another person to take up on YouTube somewhere. Do you think that you could survive a zombie apocalypse with these? No, why not?
Because I can't survive a zombie apocalypse, period.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow. Yes.